Today I'm talking about 6 ways to legally save money every single year. Each of these ways are perfectly legal. They just take a little bit of thought, a little bit of planning, and sometimes a little bit of filling in forms. But each of them are relatively straightforward. I'm going to put links in the description that you can follow, and I'm going to outline them for you here. And just as a quick disclaimer for this video, I'm sure it goes without saying, but none of the contents of this video are to be taken either as legal advice or financial advice. And I would always urge you to take formal advice before taking any steps. But first of all, if you're new to me, I'm a barrister who helps you understand law. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss anything. And I also take your questions and answer them on Black Belt Secrets and on live streams on Sundays. The first way I have for you to save money is following on from my recent video's topic of TV licensing. Because many people, I'm sure, pay the TV license out of fear that it's a criminal offence not to have one. However, they might be paying it out of fear and yet not need a TV license. So you only need a TV license if you watch or record live TV of any kind, or you use BBC iPlayer, which is the on-demand service for BBC. There are some pitfalls to watch out for. For example, if you are watching Sky News live on YouTube, Sky News is obviously a TV company, and if you are watching their shows live, even if it's through your computer, then it's still a live TV broadcast. However, if you're watching live streams, such as the ones that I do here on YouTube, I am not a TV broadcaster. I do not have a broadcasting license. I'm not a TV company. If you only watch YouTube channels such as mine and other services such as Netflix and Amazon Video without watching or recording live TV and without using BBC iPlayer, then you do not need a TV license. So if you are paying for one and you know that you don't watch or record live TV or use BBC iPlayer, you could save £159 a year if you don't actually need one. But to be careful to make sure that you're right, because you could be fined up to £1,000 if you are prosecuted successfully for not having one if you did need one. But not paying for the TV license is not the only way to save money with it. For example, if you're over 75 and you receive pension credit, then you can get a free license in that way. Sadly, it's no longer available for free to everyone who is age 75 or over. You can also get a discounted license if you have a visual impairment. So if you are paying the full price for a TV license, but you are registered as blind or visually impaired, then you should be getting a discount on your TV license as well. The second perfectly legal way I have for you to save money every single year is to tell you that contracts are always negotiable. Now, I'm not talking about these articles doing the rounds on the internet that tell you that council tax is a contractual arrangement. It isn't. I'm going to come back to council tax in a moment. But when you enter any other kind of contract, you can always ask for the terms to be changed or discounted. I'm not saying that when you go to your local supermarket for your weekly shop that you're likely to get a discount on the trolley worth of shopping. However, if there are some products that are nearing the end of life and they haven't yet been marked down, if you speak to somebody, they will very often mark those down for you. Equally, if you are in a white goods store and you're buying something rather expensive, or more than one thing that's rather expensive, again, you can ask them to discount those products. And again, they may not do so, but every contract is negotiable. Every contract of sale is negotiable, and it isn't finalized until you agree upon a price between you. Remember, when you are in a shop and an item is marked up at a given price, this is known as an invitation to treat. In other words, it's asking you to make an offer to purchase that product, but you don't necessarily have to offer the price that's on the shelf. You can offer a different price. Whether they accept it or not is another matter. But personally, I have had more than one experience when I've purchased something relatively expensive and offered a different price than was marked up on the shelf. And on more than one occasion, I've been successful and that item has been marked down and we've agreed upon a lower price. The next perfectly legal way I have for you to save money is to look out for government-backed energy schemes. For example, for this year, 2021, there is the Warm Home Discount Scheme where you could receive £140 off your electricity bill. Whilst the money's not paid to you, it will be deducted from your bill if you are eligible. There are 2 ways to qualify for this scheme. First of all, if you are on pension credit and you receive the guarantee credit element, which is known as the core group. Secondly, what's known as the broader group If you are on low income and you meet your energy supplier's criteria for the scheme, again you may receive the £140 discount off your electricity bill. But I raise a flag of caution here that this is a scheme that is free to apply to, so if you search for this scheme and you find companies that are going to charge you some kind of application fee, then don't visit those websites, don't contact those companies, because the scheme is free to apply. But as usual, there are lots of fraudsters and scammers out there that are trying to take your money for something that should not have a fee attached. The next legal way I have for you to save money is for those of you that are married and is known as marriage allowance. This allows you to transfer £1,260 of your personal tax allowance to your husband, wife or civil partner. This can reduce their tax by up to £252 a year and can be backdated to any tax year since the 5th of April 2017. So for those of you that haven't claimed that yet, you can go back to that date and it is free to make a claim. Again, make sure you look out for those websites online that are trying to charge you a fee for this, because again, it is free to apply. Another legal way I have for you to save money every year is indeed with your council tax. But it is not as simple as refusing to pay it, as I've seen many websites and videos claiming online. Some such articles try to persuade you that council tax is some kind of contract between you, and if you don't agree to the contract, then you don't have to pay it, or you can just opt out of paying it. None of these are true, and the default position is as follows. If you are 18 or over and you own or rent a home, the default position is you must pay council tax. A full council tax bill is based on 2 adults living in a home, and spouses or partners that live together are jointly liable for paying it. And there can be some very serious consequences leading to bankruptcy if you don't. So with the warning out of the way, here's how you might be able to save money. If you are an adult, but either you live alone or no one else in the household counts as an adult, then you can get 25% off your council tax bill. If you're in the position where neither you nor anyone else in your home counts as an adult, then you'll usually receive a 50% discount on the council tax bill. And hopefully most students will know that if everybody in the property is a full-time student, then you will not have to pay council tax. There are also discounts for those with disabilities, and if you have a second home or an empty property or it's being refurbished, then you will need to contact your local council to discuss whether there is any reduction or exemption for those properties as well. But a quick warning before I move on from this segment: if you receive a discount by mistake or discover that you weren't in fact eligible when it was believed that you were, then you will need to pay that back, and not paying it back could lead to the reverse situation where you end up with a fine for not repaying it. And the final way for this video that I have for you to legally save money has a bit of a strange name, and to many people might actually feel a little bit wrong, but in fact it's perfectly legal. This is known as stoozing, a term that seems to have popped up around 2004 that I couldn't quite find the origin of, so perhaps somebody could drop it in the comments if you do find it. Effectively, what it means is making money or generating some kind of income or saving money by using a credit card with 0% interest. Essentially what it means is that people initiate a balance transfer with either 0 or a very low fee to initiate the transfer, and a 0% interest rate for a period of time. They put the money in a high interest earning savings account, and then when the 0% term comes to an end, of course they pay off the credit card. And of course, all the while they pay the minimum balance each month on the credit card so that they don't incur any additional interest or break the terms required for the 0% interest period. Of course, this is going to take planning, and you would have to be very careful not to trip up so that you end up paying more interest than you would have done in the first place. And as a reminder, as I said at the outset of the video, this is not financial advice. This is just telling you that these things are what people do and they are perfectly legal. So those are the first ways of legally saving money that came to mind for this Bank Holiday Monday. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and remember, stay humble and subscribe.